Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining. Sunil here. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat box, please. Can you hear me? Please give your confirmations on the chat. Thank you. Thank you very much for your confirmations. Let us stop the chat. Thank you very much, Benjamin. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you. Let us stop the chat. So what's the plan for today? We are moving on to the UI part. So we'll start with one of the most important component of UI that is called as HTML. In today's session, you'll understand what is HTML, how a structure of HTML page looks like. We'll be practically creating a first HTML page. How can we write comments in HTML code? How can we use tags in HTML? We'll be starting many tags. We can create lists in HTML. We can embed an image in the HTML. How can we use attributes in a specific tag? So we are getting started with the UI design of this particular course. So this is our plan for today. Before moving on, any questions? Please raise your hand. Before moving on to this session, any questions? Please raise your hand. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Let's get started. First, I want to start with one of the frequently asked questions. Please look at this. We are learning Django framework in our course, agree, my dear participants? We are learning Django framework in our course. There are a lot of frameworks available in the market. For Python-based technologies, Django is popular. For Java technology, we have structs. So what can we develop web applications without framework is the point. Can we develop web applications without framework? No doubt you can. Traditional days, applications are developed without framework. So no doubt we can develop applications without framework, but when you use framework, 70 to 80% of the code for particular web application development will be generated by framework itself. That's more better, isn't it? So framework will generate an error-free code. So remaining 20 to 25%, you have to develop the code so that the application will be created as per the client requirement. So that's the reason every web application, it is recommended nowadays, everybody is using framework for building web applications. Okay, so that's about framework. Now let's get started with HTML. My dear participants, let's get started with HTML. Let's get started with HTML. What does HTML stands for? Stands for a hypertext markup language. My dear participants, it's a markup language. It's not a programming language. It's a markup language. Its programming languages are different, markup languages are different. HTML, one of the most important building block of web application is HTML. In fact, every web application needs HTML. The final result is a HTML code. The final result is nothing but a HTML code. If you see a site, spicejet.com, which you already have seen yesterday. This is a web application, right? And what you are able to see, this page is nothing but a HTML page. Whatever the page you are looking now, the first page, whenever you open a site, is nothing but an HTML page. In fact, every page is HTML. If you want to look at the HTML code, right-click, view page source. If you want to look at this HTML code, you can go to right-click, view page source. So what are you getting here? Document type HTML, HTML header title. So this is a HTML code. So finally, every application finally results to a HTML page. So it's very important for us to have a strong foundation on the HTML. HTML is one of the important building block of web application. The purpose of HTML is to define the structure of a page. How the page looks like. How many columns? What is the layout? Where should we have a button? Where should we have a button? Okay, so all this should be defined in the HTML. So HTML is something like a skeleton. The struct let's like a skeleton for our body. How your application looks like that depends upon the HTML code. It's one of the most important building block of an application. This is how a structure of a HTML page looks like. We're getting started with the practicals of HTML, my dear friends. And we'll be getting started with the first HTML page also. In fact, it is easy. I'll be a little fast today because it is easy. I'll be a little fast because it is easy. How a HTML page looks like. If you want to build a HTML page, no doubt you can do it, but keep in mind that HTML page is having two parts. The first part is HTML body, the second is head, the second one is body. Every HTML page will have two parts. The first part is head, second part is body. The header part of HTML page contains metadata. The header part of the HTML page contains metadata. Example, the HTML head will have information like title of the page, example. Can you see? This is the HTML page. This is which part? Can you see? This is the header part. And what is this? It is a title. What is the title? Can you see? Please look at this, my dear friends. Flight booking for domestic, domestic and in the flight booking for domestic and international travel, right? That's nothing but the title. So the header part contains metadata information, my dear friends. Okay, the header part contains metadata information, like a title of the page, the description of that particular page, author who has created this particular page. If you want to have some keywords for that particular page, you can include those keywords for search engine optimization. We can also provide links to CSS files. We have not started CSS files. If you want to use a CSS file, you have to link that CSS file in the header part only, and JavaScript files also we link it in the header part. So all this information we have to mention it in the head part. Okay, it mainly contains metadata information. Coming to body, the content that should be displayed to the end user. What you want to show it to the end user, what web content you want to give it to the end user, that you have to place it in the body. The content, what you want to show it. If you want to show image, that image should be inside the body. If you want some text to be displayed, the text should be inside the body. So whatever you want to show to the end user, how exactly your application looks like, that should be part of the body part. The metadata information should be there in the head part, and then the whatever we want to show it, whatever we want to project it to the users, that should be placed in the body part. So HTML will have two parts. One is head, the other one is body. Okay. As we have now theory about HTML, let's create the first HTML page. Let's create the first HTML page. How to write a HTML page? You have to write the HTML code by using tags. Every HTML page starts with the HTML tag. Every HTML page starts with the HTML tag. How to write a HTML tag? This is the syntax of how to write a HTML tag. So here, less than symbol, and you have to use HTML, and this is the tag. This is the syntax of how to write a tag. Less than and greater than. Inside that, if you write whatever that is nothing but the tag. This is how the HTML tag looks like. Most of the time, you will have HTML ending tag also. You have a begin tag and end tag. Most of the times, every HTML tag will have end tag also. I want to have an end to HTML tag. How to write end? So using slash, when you write HTML, this is the end tag. This is HTML begin tag, and this is the HTML end tag. So if you look at the site, this is the HTML begin tag. If you look at the last one, this is the end tag of the page. Can you see? This is the ending tag. Have you observed? Ending tag always starts with slash. This is the complete code. Are you understanding? This is the complete code. I have copied the complete code to show you. This is the complete code. How many lines of code? So total these many lines of code. Look at the last one, ending tag. Every HTML tag starts with the HTML tag. This is HTML tag. This doc type HTML is anyways optional. This is starting HTML tag and this is the ending tag. Are you understanding? So that's the begin and end part. Okay. Perfect. So in my page also, whatever I'm showing you now, you can see this is the beginning tag and this is the ending tag. Perfect. So this is how the HTML page looks like. Begin tag and end tag. Now HTML page will have two parts, as I have mentioned in the theory. It will have two parts. One is head part and the other one is body part. Okay. So this is my head part. And this is end of head. And this is body part. And this is end of. Are you understanding? This is how the HTML structure looks like. This is how the HTML tag looks like. This is the begin tag. This is the end of the HTML tag. This is the head tag. This is the end of head part. And this is the body part. Am I clear? How to write a HTML code? How to write a HTML page? Perfect. And whatever you write inside the body, that is displayed to the user. Whatever you write inside the body, that is displayed to the user. For example, I write it as welcome to my website. Whatever you write it in the body, that is displayed. So this is my HTML page. This is my HTML page. And every HTML page should be saved with extension .html. My dear participants, what is the file extension of HTML? The file extension of HTML is .html. Okay, so let's say I want to save my HTML page. Let's say I want to save my HTML page in E drive. I will create a new folder with the name something like a very name. I'm writing it as full stack. In this particular full stack folder, here I want to save my HTML page. This is the location. This is the location. This is the location where I want to save my HTML page. Yes, I'll do it now. Look at this. This is the HTML code. This HTML code is having head part as well as body part, and we have a welcome to website. And I want to save my page. Where I want to save it, I want to save it in my E drive. We have created a folder called full stack. And what should be the file extension? It's not a text file. It should be a HTML file. Okay. It should be a HTML file. Save as HTML. Use edit plus. Use edit plus for you to be more comfortable. Okay. And or if you want to, you can also save it as all files, and you have to mention it as something like what should be the file name. For example, something like abc.html. I understand. This is how you have to save a HTML page. What is the file name? abc.html. I have saved my HTML page. Where did I save my HTML page? I have saved my abc.html page in this particular location, E drive full stack directory. In that I have saved abc.html page. Clear? Clear about this, my dear friends? How to create a HTML file. And this is how the HTML page looks like. This is the beginning tag. This is the ending tag. This is the head tag. And this is the body tag. Clear? Clear about this? Any questions in this HTML page? Any questions in this HTML page? Okay. How to open the HTML page? How do we open the HTML page? We open always, HTML is for web application. We open the HTML page using the browser. So this is the HTML page which I have just now created. I right click on this particular HTML page and I have an option for open with. I have an open, you can open with Firefox or you can open with Google Chrome. I want to open with Google Chrome browser. Look at the what is expected output. My dear participants, who is ready to talk to me with respect to this particular output, please raise your hand. Perfect. Perfect. Yes, Sujita, good evening.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
You
How
know
are you?
HTML or you already know it?
No, I don't.
This is the first time you're learning HTML.
Yes, yes.
What is the expected output by looking at the code?
Welcome to my website. I think so because whatever we mention in the body, it will visible to the users, right?
Yes, I'm opening it using the Google Chrome now.
Mm.
You can say welcome to my website.
Website, yeah.
So how to open the HTML page, my dear participants? We open HTML page using the browser, and whatever you write it in the body, whatever you write it in the body, that is displayed.
Yes.
Okay. So because as per theory, my dear participants, as per theory, HTML will have two parts. My head part is empty. If you can see, my dear friends, head part is empty. Only we have body part. The content what needs to be displayed should be placed inside the body. Perfect. Okay. Yes, I have opened the page and you can see how exactly the page looks like. Okay. Now, can a page have title? Sujita, do you think the page can we have title?
Yes.
If you can see, we don't have title here.
Yeah, we don't have.
Okay. By default, you're getting abc.html. That means if you don't mention the title, by default, you will get the file name, that is abc.html. If you look at this SpiceJet application, the title is flight booking for domestic and international. That's the title, right? Can we
Yes.
have our own title? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so you can also have our own title. Title is part of body or heading?
Heading.
Head. So head contains metadata, like the title of the particular page, the description of the particular page, the author, the keywords. If you are using
Yes.
style sheets for the particular page, all this will be part of heading. Head. So how to place a title? How now? What are we doing here, Sujita? We are trying to have a title for the
Title.
page. Whenever you want to have a title of the page, you have to use title tag. We have to use title tag.
Title tag.
Less than the name of the tag is title. And the same title I want to place it. For example, flight booking for domestic and
So here it's not required within code, something like that, right?
nothing.
We can enter normally.
And how to have ending tag?
Same like how we did header.
Yes. First less than symbol slash
title.
This is the end tag.
Yes.
Remember, this is the begin tag and this is the end tag. I have
End
modified
tag.
my title. I have modified my HTML page. I will save my HTML page and then what I do, I refresh. Last time, can you see that if you don't mention the title, you're getting abc.html. Now, if I click on refresh, are you getting the title? Flight booking for domestic travel? Yes or no? Yes. So like a page can have titles.
Titles.
Perfect. Okay. Title is part of head. And whatever the content you want to display, that is part of body.
Body.
Clear about this? Perfect.
Yes.
So we already have created a first example. We have saved, we know how to save the file. We have to save the file with extension. We have to save the file with extension.html. And how can we open the HTML files? We open the HTML files by using browser. Is HTML tags case sensitive? What does that mean, Sujita? Is HTML tags case sensitive? What does that mean?
Like, we have to enter
in capital letters or
capital letters.
small letters. Is there any such kind of rules? Let's try.
No.
I make some change here. Let's say HTM, I'm writing it in capital letters. Okay. And and here also ending tag also I'm writing it as few letters. I'm writing it in uppercase and body tag. I'm writing it in uppercase title. Ending one, I'm writing it in uppercase and head also. The first two letters I'm writing it in uppercase. So it's a combination of uppercase and lowercase. Okay. Only thing we should make sure that the tag is correct without any spelling mistakes. So Now, do we get any error is the important point what we have to observe.
Okay.
So are we getting error? I have refreshed. Are we getting any error? No errors at
No.
all.
No.
So the HTML tags are not case sensitive, my dear
Case
friends.
sensitive.
We can write the tags in uppercase. We can also write the tags in lowercase. It does not make any difference. So HTML is not case sensitive.
Case sensitive.
We already have learned about the title. Okay, whatever you write it in the title, that will be displayed in the browser or like a tab. Okay, that's the importance of the title. Next. HTML supports 6 types of heading tags. HTML supports 6 types of heading tags. Welcome to my site. H1 is the first heading bar. Writing this. This is close of H1. How many tags? We have 6 heading tags. This is end of heading tag. Every heading tag starts with H. This is the first heading tag, with second heading tag, third heading tag, fourth heading tag, fifth heading tag, sixth heading tag. Sujita, can you guess the output?
We'll get a title as a flight booking for a domestic travel.
Okay.
And body is welcome to my website.
And this
Sunil 6 times it will.
It will be printed. What is the impact of heading tag? Let us see that.
Okay.
In the output. I'm refreshing the page. This is the impact of headings. If you see in a web applications, you want titles like titles to be very bigger titles. Agree, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a banner or something like that. So in such case, HTML provides you different types of headings. Okay, so the H1 is nothing but the biggest heading, and the H6 is the smallest heading. This is nothing but welcome to site is nothing but the previous one, which is part of the body, and this is nothing but the importance of heading tag.
Okay.
Clear about this? H1 is the biggest heading, and H6 is the smallest. Heading.
Yeah.
I have one question, my dear participants. Let's say if we want a heading which is bigger than H1, any solution? If you have solution, my dear participants, please raise your hand. Let's say my requirement is I want a heading which should be bigger than H1. How can we achieve this?
Maybe font size kind of. Do we have such a kind of concepts?
Maheshwar, any idea?
We can use strong or bold.
Strong or bold is for just making one particular letter bold. Okay.
By using font parameter.
Font parameter. Okay. So you think font is used by mentioning the font size. Okay. Let's see Manoj answer. Manoj, what do you think if I want a heading which is bigger than H1?
You can apply the CSS over there, and whichever font size you want, you can apply over there.
Exactly. We use the concept of CSS. That's called style. Thank you, Manoj. Okay. So style sheets are used for defining our own styles so that you can use those particular styles in our web pages wherever you want. Thank you, Manoj. Perfect. So this is about the heading tag. Let's move on. Quick. How can we write comments in HTML? Let's say I don't want this particular line to be displayed. I don't want welcome to my website to be displayed. Any idea, Maheshwar, how to write comments in HTML?
By using hash.
By using?
hash.
For example, line number 9, we don't want welcome to my website. I'm writing as hash. Okay, Maheshwar. Okay, save it and then refresh. Now what's happening? You're getting hash also in the output. Got it, Maheshwar? Hash is for comments in Python.
Python.
Agree? But this is
Yes.
not Python, this is HTML. How to write comments in HTML? Whenever you want to write comments in HTML, let's say, for example, this particular welcome to my site, you don't want it to be displayed. You want that particular line to be ignored. So less than symbol, exclamation, double hyphen. This is the beginning of the comment, Maheshwar. And
Yes.
you want one line to be commented, right? Double hyphen, close. So this is the beginning of the comment and this is the end of the comment, Maheshwar. So what line will be commented? Line number 9
Nine.
will be commented. Now if you can refresh. Is that remote?
Yes.
Perfect. So this is how you have to write comments in HTML. So special syntax is less than symbol, exclamation, double hyphen. This is the beginning of the comment. This is the end of the comment. End can be, need not be in the same line. This is the end of the comment. So this part will be omitted, Maheshwar. This
Okay.
particular line number 1, line number 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. This is then this part is ignored. This is not ignored. So this is not at all considered. So only we will find Sunil printed only 2 times. Right? Because the rest of the code is commented. So this is how you have to write the comments in HTML. Clear, Maheshwar?
Oh, okay.
Any questions?
No questions.
You already know this HTML?
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
It's easy, right?
Yeah, some.
Writing HTML code is easy, no?
Yes.
Hmm?
Yes, it's easy.
Okay. So we also know how to write comments in HTML. Paragraph. Paragraph tag is used to represent a paragraph of text. Whenever you want to represent a paragraph, you have to use a paragraph tag. Example. Maheshwar, what is the output of this program? Output of this HTML page.
It will print this is first line, this is second line, this is third line, this is fourth line in one single line.
How do you know it?
Because we did not use any break.
No, good, you are right. By default, the complete content is shown in only one line. The complete, this is first line, this is second line, this is third line, this is fourth line. The complete content is shown in only one line. Okay? For
Okay.
example, this is how it looks like. But I want it to be shown as a paragraph. Maheshwar, I want these 4 lines to be shown in the form of paragraph. Okay. So whenever you want to show some content in the form of a paragraph, then we have to use what tag? Paragraph tag. Paragraph tag is nothing but the P tag. So where I should include the P tag? In line number 9. Am I right?
Okay. 9.
9. I can also write it in line number 10. Not a problem. And every paragraph should have an end of the tag, right?
Yes.
Slash P. This is the paragraph tag. Now the moment I include, now how many paragraphs we are having? Only one paragraph. Now what is the output now?
I think it will again print in one line.
Correct. You will again get it in one line only. You will again get it in one line only. Right? So my dear participants, it is only one paragraph. Don't mention that if you write it in paragraph, so we get it in multiple lines. No, it is again considered as one paragraph. Okay, now look at this. I want this particular body to be divided into 2 paragraphs. I want this body to be divided into 2 paragraphs. So what I do here, Maheshwar, till here I will use one paragraph, and from third line, I'll new paragraph. So now our body is having how many paragraphs?
2.
Our body is having how many paragraphs? 2 paragraphs.
Two
First line
paragraphs.
and second line as one paragraph. Third line and fourth line as
Another
second paragraph. Now as we have 2 paragraphs. Now the content is displayed in how many lines? 2
Two lines.
lines. Now the content is displayed in 2 lines. Paragraph always helps you to show the text in the next line from the new line. That's the importance of the paragraphs. Okay. So whenever you want some contents to be displayed in paragraphs or like this, you have to use paragraph tag. Let's say you want the content to be displayed in 4 lines, then you have to use how many paragraphs? Maheshwar?
4.
Four
4.
paragraphs. Outright 4 paragraphs. So this is the
Which
end of, you can have.
No.
And one more thing, this paragraph can be, end of paragraph can be in the same line also. Okay. Remember, so don't think that I can write like this. This is paragraph 1. This is first paragraph. Second paragraph. Third paragraph. Fourth paragraph. Maheshwar, now your body is having how many paragraphs?
4.
4 paragraphs. So how many lines it will display? It will display it in 4
Four.
lines. Perfect. So paragraph is used to show the text in the form of a paragraph. So this is how the paragraph tag works. In HTML, indentation is not important. In HTML, indentation is not important. What does that mean? For example, if I write my second paragraph by giving some indentation. Maheshwar? So
Yes.
this second line and third line I have given some indentation. Indentation is nothing but additional spaces. Okay. Now
Okay.
I'm saving it. Now I refresh. Do you think indentation is displayed here? No.
No.
So there's no importance, my dear friends. There's no importance for indentation. So you can have within the same line, you can have spaces between the tags. There's no importance for indentation. Thank you, Maheshwar.
Yeah, thank you.
very much. Perfect. That is simple. Keep in mind, there is no importance for indentation in HTML. Perfect. Bold and italics. How to show some content in bold, how to show some content in italics. For bold, we have a tag B, easy to understand. We have B for bold, and for italics, we have a tag called italics. Okay. Sujita, what is the output of this page? Can you guess?
Yes, title is flight booking for domestic travel,
Okay.
and body header one, like it will be in big size. Welcome to COVID information
and
site.
this content will be displayed in the form of a paragraph.
Paragraph, yes.
Agree?
Yes.
Welcome to COVID information site. Globally, as of 6th April, so and so cases are confirmed and so deaths are reported by World Health Organization. This is the content, right? Now, my dear participants, I want this particular value to be in bold. I want this particular number because it's a very important number. I want this particular value to be bold. Sujita, can you guess where should we make some changes? I want this particular value to be in bold.
That should be in between.
With the bold tag. What is the
bold
tag for bold? The tag for bold is B.
P, yeah,
Okay, and B should have beginning tag as well as
Less
ending tag. So
less
the-
than
the- only this part you want to show it in the bold. So
yes,
less than, this is the beginning
P,
tag, and
little
then
tag,
this is
ending
the
tag.
ending tag. Okay. Save it. Refresh. Now, can you see the letters are shown in bold?
Bold.
Sujita? Yes.
Yes,
Similarly, can we represent some information in italics? So as on
Yes.
6th April, I want this particular value, I want this particular date to be shown in italics.
yes, I can.
So italics is nothing but which tag?
High,
I tag, and to which part you want to show it in the italics? This is the end of the
yes,
page. Refresh. Now is it shown in italic? Yes or
Yes.
no? Yes.
yes,
So whatever the content, my dear participants, whatever the content you want to show it in bold, you have to use bold tag. And whatever the content you want to show it in italics, you have to use it in the italics tag. What happens, Sujita, when I copy paste this paragraph tag and I paste it one more time. So what will be the output?
twice it will.
Twice will be
Yeah.
displayed. Yes, as expected, you're getting twice displayed. Now, as per the HTML documentation, the bold tag, the whatever we have used here in this example, the bold tag and italics tag are deprecated. Deprecated is nothing but outdated. Still, it is working, but still, as per documentation, it is recommended not to use bold and italics. Bold is replaced with strong tag.
Okay,
So bold is replaced with strong tag, strong, and italics is replaced with M tag, EM. Okay, so that is the concept. M stands for emphasize. Bold and B and I are outdated now. Strong is used instead of bold, and M for emphasis stands for emphasis is for italics. So what I want to do, that's why I have duplicated. Instead of I will use, instead of bold, I use it as strong.
strong,
This should be end of strong. This is emphasis time.
EM.
End of. Save it. Now both lines should look similar. Both lines should still looking similar because this is strong and this is emphasis. Okay.
emphasis.
So strong is replacement of bold. Emphasis is replacement of italics. I
Yeah.
strongly recommend to use both in strong and emphasis instead of bold and italics. Next. This is so by this you have to understand, Lakshmi, Sujita, what
Yes.
are we focusing? We are focusing on presentation. Agree?
Yes,
How
yes,
exactly we are showing the information to the users is what
Users,
we
yeah.
are showcasing using this HTML. This is just foundation. There are many things to be learned in HTML. So we are moving on to discuss about list. In HTML, there is information, there is a tag called list tag, which will show list of values. Okay.
okay,
So there are two types of lists. One is ordered list, the other one is unordered list. Okay. Ordered list starts with which tag? OL.
OL,
O stands for ordered, L stands for list tag, OL is for ordered list. And each list element should start with LI, stands for list tag. This is OL tag, ordered list, these are elements in the list. The list items will be marked up with numbers by default. Okay, the list items will be marked with numbers by default. Example. Sujita, what does OL stands for?
order list.
Ordered list. This is what?
It's the end of that.
End of ordered list. What does
Order.
LI stands for?
LI stands for list.
List, yes, stands for list elements. Our list is having how many elements? 1, 2, 3,
1, 4,
4. Laptop, desktop, printers, and phones.
headphones.
laptops, desktop, printers, and headphones. So are you getting the information in the form of list?
Yeah.
In many websites, we get this kind of information about list of all the trains or list of all the buses available, isn't it? So this
Yes.
is nothing but a list. What is the important observation, Suchita, here?
Order added 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4.
As the name suggests, it is a ordered list. The ordering of numbers will happen by default. By default, you get the numbers. This is a ordered list. You can easily guess what is. You can easily guess what is unordered list. Sujita, what do you think the difference between ordered list and unordered list?
We are not going to get the numbers.
Numbers. We will not going to get the numbers. If OL is the tag for ordered list, for unordered list, what will be the tag? Can you guess?
UL.
UL. So what I'll do, I'll change this tags from OL to
UL.
UL. That means this is an unordered list. Whether it is an ordered list or unordered list, the list item LI remains the same.
Okay.
Elements of the list, this inner tag LI remains the same. It will not change. The only thing I have changed the list type from the ordered list. I have changed it to unordered list.
Yep.
Now I have saved the code. The moment I refresh, now here what is the observation? In ordered list by default you get the numbers, but in unordered list you will not get the numbers. You will get the limited values. An unordered list starts with UL. You can easily remember. So, my dear participants, never by heart HTML because it's very easy and self-explanatory. Okay. So, unordered list is nothing but UL tag. Each list item starts with LI. Like ordered list, we have LI. List item starts with LI. The list items will be marked with bullets as we have experienced. As we have bullets are nothing but small circles as you can experience by default. Perfect. By looking at a name, my dear participants, you can easily guess what I'm trying to do. We can create a list, inside another list. Sujita, OL stands for
order list.
So ordered means we get numbers.
Yes.
So can you guess the output? First number will be
1 laptop, 2
laptop.
desktop, 3 printer, 4 headphones. An unordered list.
Head of phones. And then we are not ending the ordered list. End of order list is here.
Yes.
Inside the ordered list, I am starting one more UL unordered list. Unordered list is nothing but a bulleted point, something like a
yes. Dot.
heading.
Boss.
Dot. So again, unordered list starts with dot and bulleted point, and here you will have
Dot
boss,
boss. Dot Sony.
and then dot Sony and Sennheiser. And this is the end
Yeah.
of the unordered list, and
Unordered
this is the end of the. So what are we
Order
doing
list.
here? Finally, we are creating a list inside another list.
Inside another list. Yes.
Okay,
Nested
so
list.
the main list is ordered list, and the
Okay.
inner list is nothing but unordered list. Okay.
Unordered
Can
list.
I add one more element to the ordered list after headphones? Can I include something like scanner?
Yes, we can.
So in such case, which I have to add the
After
element
UL.
for-
After UL.
UL, you have to use what value? What again? We have
LI.
used LI, and then I'm writing it as
Yes.
LI. Now this will be the number 5.
5.
Because this is part of ordered list.
Order
Okay?
list. Yeah.
This is in our unordered list. Okay, so like this, my dear participants, we can create a list inside another list. So you should be able to beautifully showcase the information as per the requirements. Next. So as of now, we are comfortably showing the information in the form of paragraphs, bolds, text, headings, that's fine. But nowadays applications it's having a lot of graphic content. So how can we use images inside the HTML? We have IMG tag, stands for image tag, to embed an image in the HTML page. Whenever you want to embed an image in the HTML page, my dear participants, we have to use an image tag. Very important point. This is very important point. Image tag is having two attributes. This is the first time I'm introducing you attributes for a tag. In all the previous examples, we are using tags. Are we using any attributes for the tag? No. This is the first time I'm using attributes. Image tag is having two attributes. One is SRC, stands for source. The other one is ALT, stands for alternate text. These are the two attributes of an image tag. How to write an image tag? If a tag is having attributes, many tags are having attributes. How to use attributes for a specific tag? Let's try to understand with an example. This is the image tag. Am I right, Sujita? This is the image tag.
Yes.
Okay. Perfect. Giving space, and this is nothing but attribute. What is the attribute I'm using?
SRC.
Source. That means what image I want to show in the web page. That image, that is nothing but a file, right? It can be JPG file or PNG file. What image you want to show it, you have mentioned that here in the source. Source is nothing but the file name. I am including image tag in my HTML page. Okay, I am including image tag in the HTML page. So what will be the output when I run this page, Sujita?
So tree image will be visible.
It cannot automatically dynamically show the tree page, correct? Tree image, isn't it?
Yeah, location we have to give image
Yeah.
location.
Let's say we have not. So let's say if you're running this, if you just write tree.img, it cannot show anything. Okay. You have to clearly place that particular tree.jpg file. Okay. Now,
yeah.
where should we place this tree.jpg file? This particular file, tree.jpg file, should be present in the same location where the HTML file is available.
Okay.
Where is the HTML file is available? HTML file is available in this particular location.
Full stack.
Drive, full stack. In this particular location, in this
Tree
particular
image
location,
also
the
we have to
HTML in this particular location, as you can see, my dear participants, we have abc.html. So in the same location, we should have that particular file which you are referring to, that is tree.jpg file. So I already have copied this tree.jpg file from the internet and I have placed it temporarily in my desktop. Can you see here, Sujita? We have tree.jpg file.
Yes.
So I cut this, and where I place it in the same full stack. Now I am pasting it here. Now can you see, now the tree.jpg is available in this particular location. As it is available now, go to the browser. The moment I click on refresh page, as this page is HTML page is having the image tag, it tries to read the image, it tries to read the file. Is that file exist now? Yes, the file is available.
Yes.
It automatically that file will be shown in the HTML. It will be embedded into the HTML page and it is shown. Can you see? The tree.jpg file is now available. So what is the main purpose of the image tag? Image tag is to show the images to the HTML pages. Okay. Now, very important. If this image tag is using, we have used one attribute, Sujita. What is the attribute we have used for this image tag? That is SRC attribute.
SRC,
SRC
source.
is nothing but the source, is nothing but the file name.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, because of some reason, assuming that you are using a particular website from your office, because of some reason, some images will not be displayed properly. It will be blocked by firewall rules or something like that. Because of any reason, if the image is not able to show it in the HTML page, we need an alternate text to be displayed to the user. Instead of that empty box, we want an alternate text to be displayed. That is called alternate attribute. You have to use the right terms. Attribute SRC is one attribute. Similar to SRC attribute, we have one more attribute called ALT stands for
ALT.
alternate. So what is
Alternate.
the alternate text you want to display that you have to mention in the alternate tag? So I want to show it as something like tree photo. Because of any reason, if this particular page is not, if this image is not displayed, in that case, if the image is not displayed, then tree photo is the text that will be displayed instead of the image. Save it. Now, are you getting tree photo?
Yes.
We are not getting. Are you getting tree photo? Where we are getting tree photo? This text are you getting? Alternate text? No.
No, text we are not getting.
Why
Photo
we are not getting? Why we are not getting? Because this page, this tree.jpg file is available.
Yeah.
In that particular location. Let's say I'm deleting this particular tree.jpg. Okay, so
Now tree photo text will get.
Now, as the source is not rendered, as the image file is not particularly rendered, there comes the importance of alternate text. As because of some reason the file is missing, instead of that particular tree.jpg, this particular text, whatever you have displayed, that will be shown.
Yeah.
See?
Yes.
The photo is missing. It is something like representing a text for that particular photo, so that end user can understand. Okay, this is the location where photo is there because some reason photo is not displayed. That's about the alternate text. Lakshmi. Yeah. So image is the name of the tag. What is SRC?
Source.
It is called as
source.
Source is called as what is
SS.
ALT?
Image.
Attribute.
ALT
Attributes. So very important point is very
Sources.
important point. Where is our today's session? Okay. Very important point. Image tag is having two attributes. One is SRC attribute, the other one is ALT. SRC stands for source attribute and ALT stands for alternate text attributes. Attributes, this is the first time I am using attributes for the image. So we have used two attributes. Generally, tags will also have attributes. This is the first time we are using attributes for a tag. We will be using many attributes in the coming classes. Any questions, my dear participants? Please respond in the chat box. Is this session very simple? Yes or no? Is this session very simple? Yes, it is very simple because it is a basic HTML. We will be spending some time on HTML, maximum tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And then we'll be moving on to style sheets, which is very, very important. First, you should have a strong understanding of HTML. Tomorrow also we'll be getting more detailed parts of HTML like forms, how to deal with forms and understand the more elements of HTML. And then we move on to CSS. Okay, perfect. Any questions, please raise your hand. That's it for today's session. Any questions?
All good, Shumaya.
Yes, Bala Aditya.
Hi, Sunil. Good evening.
How are you? Doing well.
Yeah,
It's pretty simple.
Yeah, it's interesting. Actually, I learned that HTML while I'm studying bachelor's degree, but I totally forgot that.
In our college days.
Yeah, but
and
again,
all self-explanatory, is it?
Yes. I mean, I totally forgot that because I shuffled my career in cloud and this thing, desktop support, system administrator. So just wanted to move to programming. I attended your Python sessions as well, couple of sessions I missed, but it's very interesting. Your teaching makes it very simple. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Bala. Thank you.
May I know what is the duration of this course?
Approximately 45 days.
Okay. So I am just thinking about like what is the duration so that I can procure it.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yes, Sachin, how are you?
Yes, sir. Good evening, Sunil. How are you?
Good evening. I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. Thank you. Thank you for meeting me. Actually, I ran into one production issue. I had to join the WebEx call to resolve that. So anyway, I'll just look into the recording.
Yeah, it's one quick simple.
Yeah, one quick question. Actually, you are using Edit Plus, right? So actually, the thing is,
you want to use
how can we? how can we extend the duration of after 1 month? Or we need to purchase?
I have the edit plus key now, Sachin. I already have given key to many users. If you apply the key, automatically you get the full license. Send an email to me. I'll reply with your key.
Okay, sure, Sunil. I'll do that.
Okay, Sachin.
And do we have this Edit Plus for MacBook, right?
The key applies for MacBook also, right?
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I wanted to.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We can also use Notepad++ also as an alternative. Yes. Kannan, how are you? Good evening, Kannan. We cannot hear you, Tamarai.
Sorry, sir, I was on mute.
Okay, how are you?
Yeah, good evening, sir. I'm good. I'm fine. Thank you, sir.
From which location?
This is second time I'm talking with you. I'm from Tamil Nadu, sir.
Okay.
I think last month we talked in
Okay.
Python class.
Okay.
So today,
how is it learning?
Today I was able to join early.
Mhm.
To 6 o'clock, I had a meeting, so now I joined.
Anyways, this video you will get it in the
Almost
YouTube,
around.
like how in.
Yeah.
Are you in the WhatsApp group?
It is. Yeah, I'm in WhatsApp group, sir. It is very interesting your class. So I
Okay.
missed it today.
So
First
my
off.
dear participants, if you are
Okay,
not
so
part
how
of the
long-
WhatsApp group, 1 minute. If you are not part of the WhatsApp group of this particular batch, I strongly recommend you to join the WhatsApp group using the link which I am just posting in the channels. Okay, to get the updates about this particular training. Yeah, you're saying something, Tamarai?
So how many? Yeah, yes, sir. How many days this course will be?
Approximately more than 45 days.
No, sir. It is 5,900 rupees, sir. Is it? If we require video, we need to pay and get it, or?
No, this is a paid course. Okay.
Yeah. How many days it will be free? 2 or 3
3
days, or
days.
4
Yeah,
days?
yeah. Just 2-3
okay.
days of the demo class. And then the Zoom link will change and it will be shared only to the paid candidates.
Okay, sir. Today
Okay.
I supposed to be, but I was a bit busy. I was not
Yeah,
able
yeah.
to buy. Let me
Okay.
check it today evening
Okay,
or
yeah.
tomorrow. I'll buy.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you
Okay,
so much,
Thank you
sir.
very much. Supriya. I can see your hand raised. You are now allowed to unmute and talk. I hope you are joining the WhatsApp group. Please complete the payment formalities if you have taken a decision to continue the session. But anyways, you can enjoy the next couple of sessions also. What's our plan for tomorrow? Will be more digging down the deeper concepts of HTML, and soon we'll be starting the CSS part also. Have a good time. See tomorrow you with the same link. You can join tomorrow session and you can experience much more concepts of HTML. See you tomorrow. Have a good time. Thank you very much.